Hi, how are you? Welcome back to the Fathers of Nations chapter summary. This is chapter 6. We've so far so good done chapter 1, 2, 3. So far so good. Chapter 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And now this is the sixth one. That is page 82 to page 99. Comrade Melusi joins ADGA. In the previous chapter, we also saw that there was Dr. Afolabi, who also joins the ADGA. Now here, Comrade Melusi also joins the ADGA. Now, we're still going to call ourselves Liberty Media Class. Oh, and again, one more thing that I've wanted to let you know, guys, is that in our channel, we've got a lot of playlists. Now, there are many playlists of different sets. We have got the short stories and anthologies, that is a silent song and other stories. We have Fathers of Nation here. We also have the other text that I'm going to be uploading very soon. We also have other texts that for the former ones, like the Blossoms of the Summer, for the former the cause of work, and also we have politics. So whenever you are maybe getting to this particular channel, specifically go to your content, because you don't want really to mix up yourself. There's a lot of content there, and specifically I wanted to let you know that this is specifically in its playlist. Everything is put in order, so you don't have to mix up yourself. So again, without that much further ado, let's dive into it. Oh, one more thing. As usual, won't get tired. You happen to have come across this work accidentally. A friend of yours referred you to this channel. How about that? Next time round, you don't want maybe to bump across it accidentally, or you don't want maybe you be now the one to be referring your good friends to this particular channel plus the content. Give it a thumbs up. That is a like. A subscription, and after subscription, hit that notification bell and keep it alive or on, so that you'll be notified in our future uploads, and you'll be the first one to get the fresh uploads that we are going to be doing. And the third thing, support me by giving me some good sentiments there. You know what? Your attitude, it really motivates me a lot and it keeps me moving forward. Knowing that one will be taken care of, let's dive into it. What do we have here? We have exactly. It is in Banjul, Gambia, the congregation venue for the summit. The summit kicks off. Being the first day of the summit, the most important event of the day is the official opening of the summit. Key participants are the 50 heads of state. Security at the venue is very tight. Comrade Nkobile Melusi waited in a line to be cleared. His turn finally comes. He is found with a needle, one of the many things disallowed into the hall. There is an argument between Comrade Melusi and the security officer, but later on, he is cleared and allowed into the hall. In the meantime, in a flashback, which is also a style of writing, events have been tailor-suited in such a way that they happen in a retrospective manner. There's a flashback, and also there is foreshadowing, and there is also the retrospective manner whereby the writer keeps on shifting time frames. Gets to the back, to the past, comes to the present. We're also going to be looking into that one in the near future about the use of language in details. You don't want to miss this. So therefore, in a flashback, more details about Comrade Nkobile Melusi are divulged. Comrade Melusi is having lunch with his visitor at Chaminuka restaurant in downtown Harare. It's about 1:30 p.m. The restaurant is empty except for the two, Comrade Melusi and his visitor. The Zimbabweans did not eat in the hotels anymore unless as now someone else was footing the bill. The economy had crashed. Lunch was the visitor's idea. There was a subject that he wanted to discuss. He had told Melusi his name is Tad Langwe, a director of special projects at AGDA, Agency for Governance and Development in Africa, the same guy who had met Dr. Volabi, right? The leader of Zimbabwe and Comrade Melusi had fought Smith side by side for years, and that is why he used to call him Comrade. Then Zimbabwe got her independence. A new national anthem was sung in English, blessed to be the land of Zimbabwe, then in Shona, the language of Zimbabwe's largest ethnic group. Simunsamureza we Zimbabwe. That was the song in Shona. In Ndebele, Melusi mother tongue. And then also we heard Kalibu, Si, Swelizwe, Le Zimbabwe. National motto was unity, freedom, and work. After all this, the new ruler did not appoint Comrade Melusi a minister after fighting for Zimbabwe together. The ruler, Eshona, threw Melusi and Ndebele out of government, and he now deemed Melusi as an opponent in the other opposition, rather. He was seen as a strong antagonist. The leader of Melusi's group was sacked. When this news hit southern Zimbabwe, where the Ndebele live, anti-government riots erupted. People went on rampage and attacked every government supporter foolish enough to come to their side. Retribution against them followed. There swooped in the area the 5th Brigade, better known as Gukuruhundi, Shona word for years rainstorm that washes chaff off the fields so that soil tilling could start. It washed off the Ndebele insurgents like chaff. All this happened while Melusi was still at work in a business office downtown Bulawayo, the capital of Ndebele. Comrade Melusi's wife, Ziliza, was one of those killed in the government's execution. The ruler, who was a Shona, could not trust anybody away from his Shona tribesmen. To him, all Ndebeles, Melusi included, had become rivals. The man had changed according to Melusi because he wanted to be live president. Meanwhile, Comrade Melusi takes the visitor to Muponda restaurant at the northern edge of Harare, where he had asked for the traditional food. Melusi initiated an opposition group, the New Independence Party NIP, and ran for president just to irritate the ruler. The ruler got 99% of the votes, while Melusi and all the other candidates shared the 1% in the elections. Interesting. Elections had been preceded by a drought, the worst of the time until the ruler declared it a national disaster. Moreover, the international community clamped on Zimbabwe a program called Structural Adjustment Program, SAP. With this key, knew the ruler would flop for everything spelled defeat. So his win was through rigging elections. Opposition leaders refused to unite and fight the common enemy when they all lost. For half an hour, they needed to declare that elections were a sham. They had to come together. Joint condemnation of the bungled elections led to disaffection. So Melusi went back to his business. Inflation eroded incomes. Melusi relocated to a slum in a poor part of Harare. Then came Murambatsvina, Shona word for trash. Bulldozers went from one slum to the next, evicting residents by tearing their homes to the ground. All, including Comrade Melusi, were expelled without notice. Murambatsvina's real aim to the ruler was to prevent disease and crime. Instead, disease and crime increased. It is true that the main aim was to punish the urban poor for supporting opposition parties. Tad Longway cleared the hotel bill and reached out to his side pocket for another stack of American dollars and handed it to Comrade Melusi. Thereafter, he handed a document titled Path Alpha to him and told him that it contained the subject matter that he wanted them to discuss. For example, mobilizing discontent with the African in its present state into willing to change it. Tad Longway asked Comrade Melusi if he would join the movement. That, when you see a blank slide like that, it means that we are at the end of that particular part. It was so interesting, good learners. I can tell you that nothing is more satisfying as going through this work in such a kind of a way of doing things. How I wish that you also do that one at your own comfort and listen to this work. And again, practice makes perfect. Repeatedly exercise makes you maybe get acquainted with all the information, even as the writers want it to be conveyed. Again, I want you to leave you with this one here. We're still uploading up to chapter 15, chapter by chapter. We shall be doing that one. And then once we are done with this one, we'll get into the thematic concerns, and probably we'll also be looking at exam style questions from the same. And also we should also be handling on the use of language and many aspects that come along with literature. And finally again, give it a thumbs up, support this work. uh, Hit that particular notification. Above all, the most important thing is to hit that particular notification bell. You don't want to be left out in our future uploads, and of course sharing it with good friends, that and especially those ones that you know that they will benefit from this particular work. And above all, I just want to wish you all the very, very best. Cheers.